Greetings everyone, and Great here. I have another Relic 3 replay. So on the bottom right side as the Red Allies, we have Grandpa. So on the right side as the Yellow Soviets, we have Obrubshik. I probably butchered that pretty badly. And so on the right side as the Blue Empire, we have Yegor. So on the bottom left side as the Orange Empire, we have SGBlue, wrong color. And on the left side as the Magenta Allies, we have 0S0S. On as the top left side as Green Empire, we have GeTreKt, asterisk. Asterisk means he may refer to himself or his teammates. We got 3 Dojo Cores being pulled out right over here. We do have 3 as well. We may see the Dojo Cores trying to body block each other. Dojo Cores will meet and will politely go by each other. This Dojo Core will be pulled out first. This Dojo Core does get interrupted there. We got 4 Dojo Cores by Green. These ones are fancy for trying to crush the engineer that may come out. They'll go for walls in there. I don't think he can squeeze in there. He may be able to squeeze in there. Got this guy right there as well, checking his booty in front of them, and gets in there. Oh, that was a little bit close. And, oh, ejects out the side and does use this water ski that he has in his back pocket. And, oh god, that could have been really bad. By the way, over here we got a instant dojo being cleaned up by Red and this Yellow Bear. So it's Orange failed at that. See, Allied and 2 Empire versus Soviet, Allied, and Empire. We got a multi-gunner turret there. It's there on the ore collector. Green has managed to sneak in an instant dojo all the way over here. Blue trying to pull out some walls up there, trying to save his ore refinery. And I think there's a ping from somebody around here. And trying to go for it. Needs a gun down the engineer. That was no way he's going to get it. There's an ore collector there. And now we've got multiple multi-gunner turrets to pull it out here. The Soviet teammate is trying to pull out a Tesla core there at maximum range of build against these multi-gunner turrets. Another instant dojo there. And now we've got tank busters coming on in as well. Over here we've got 2 bears to hold back the peacekeepers. They did not hold them back now, did they? One more tank busters now being put on the field. Tesla coil still going on up. More multi-gun turrets being pulled up by Red. That's the team right side, Blue's teammate. Tesla coil fires. And does get a shot down instant dojo, sells off the multi-gunner turret there since it's basically no longer usable. There's a lot of wall swings deployed up by Green, and the entrance is funneled out into these mega tangoos. The Empire player will need to time to get out another ore refinery. This one has been cleaned by Green. Onside charge. Slices up the Imperial Warrior. Good number of peacekeepers here on more of an aggressive defense. Bear's going faints forward. He's going to save the day. He did not save the day. And now I've got these jet tangoos or mecha tangoos annihilating all those blue infantry. Let's get his ore refinery built. His teammates are keeping those turrets nearby, which is probably a good idea. He's a little bit weakened. Got the spare here. Not really want to dive in on those peacekeepers himself, like his buddies. He's sad. And Green snuck another instant dojo over here. Red or Yellow does have a Tesla coil there. That multi-gun turret's not going to do too much. Needs to retarget to it, and does retarget to the engineer. And he's actually still plugged out. Just waving to the camera. Hello, you're dead. You don't need to bow. There you go. And disintegrate into a pile of bones. We do now have more instant dojos being pulled up by Blue. Down south, we got Red's multi-gun turrets advancing on forward. And this Apollos are fighting. Magenta does escape on out of there. And now Magenta's peacekeepers trying to hunt down Red's peacekeepers. We got a multi-gun turret here. And does hop inside of one of the peacekeepers, getting some great AoE damage on those forces. Takes out one of the peacekeepers, severely damaged some others. Looks like Red's multi-gun turret will not win out. We do have bomb runs on the ore collector. It's not a really good idea to use bomb runs like that. Got a line of peacekeepers there. We do also have, looks like a Mega Tengu harassing a prospector. And we've got Tsunami Tanks trying to advance it forward. His Yellow's trying to pull out Testicle here to support out Red. And one good shot should take out that Tsunami Tank, but does get out of range in time thanks to Nano deflectors. War Collector now receives some fire there from this Mecha Tengu. Mig camping the Mecha Tengu. Sentry Gun deployed on the field. Just needs a dispenser to help keep it repaired up. And we got Green's MCV next to Blue's Dojo Core. Oh, instant Dojo. Blue's Jet Tengu or Mecha Tengus are pursuing the Green's Mecha Tengu, but does escape on there. There's War Collector could stand and fight. War Collector gains some damage there onto the Mecha Tengus. And does get 1-2 crushes there. War Collector's almost down. And does not take out that Ore Collector there. But do have a Twin Blade here. The Twin Blade can quickly retarget towards that Ore Collector. Not doing it, however. Blue's trying does claim up this refiner or oil derrick there. Now the Twin Blade will go down. And the Cutter does go down as well. We've got Cryo Blast there. We do have a Assault Destroyer here. And great bears coming out on the Peacekeepers. You just need more bears to take out these Peacekeepers. Prospector is probably pretty close to Vector C1, but does take out all those Peacekeepers there, mostly thanks to the bears. They're quite unbearable for those Peacekeepers. And now we do have the Instant Dojo sort of go on down. Down south, we do got a Cryo shot there, but the Black Hole Armor will not get hits onto them, though these guys are actually a bit chilled. I guess because his own Cryo shot there, it didn't draw it in, but no, that shouldn't work with that, or does it? I suppose your Black Hole Armor only affects your opponent's projectiles, not your own. Those have got satellites running on it. I think it took out a Instant Dojo there. And the bear does get frozen, shattered. We do got a Tesla Coil here and a Flak Tower. Protect his teammate's oil derrick. A little bit overkill, but if it works, it works. We got a lot of defensive placements being pulled out by Yellow now. We got the Tsunami Tanks and Wreck-It VX is advancing on forward. A lot of Blues and Mecha Tanks and Jet Tanks aren't going down. They're all down. So there's a couple ones inside the refinery line. Somehow they're shooting through the refinery there. I think it was partially on top of the ore refinery. And that assault does get cleaned on up. Down south, we've got the Apollos making their way over here. Just Yellow and Red cohabitating. We do got more Tesla Coils and Flak Towers. This other player's probably being a bit too defensive right now. He's investing a lot in defense. Megs do get a volley there. Got a full squadron of Megs. That's going to be very handy. Help deal with these various air forces. Though one of the Megs do go down there. We do got some assault destroyers here trying to stop Orange's force here. May try to crush some of these when the assault destroyer cannons are up and going. Tsunami Tank does escape out to sea. Jet Tengus do take out some DA Striker VXs. Now they're going to try to pursue the fully heroic Tsunami Tank. And Bomber Run does come forward, taking out the fully heroic Tsunami Tank. Magenta has a massive force of infantry pushing way forward. Also has a motor gunner IFV. His teammate has some Jet Tengus flying about. Soviet's MCVs moving around. Got some Red Apollos push way forward as well. And these Red Apollos will get shot down. Bears try to push way forward, but the bears do get frozen and shot up. And some of these Mecha Tengus do try to go forward as well, seeing a bit too much damage there. So the player has a lot of Twin Blades here. They can do some good damage, but they also can do a lot of overkill. Blue Bomber on there. Aircraft carrier. Red has an aircraft carrier in this nearby, but it cannot EMP infantry. Takes out some of those Apollos there. And some Magenta's javelins and missiles are hitting up those aircraft. This airfield will likely go down. Needs to make sure the Vindicators are not in the region. They do fly over. They do a bit of damage there. They're probably low, no bombs remaining, so they may be burning up now, and they're pretty low in health. Yeah, their battery burn up isn't, aren't they? Maybe not. Okay, just drop some bombs there. Should be burning up now. Nope, he does get inside the airfield. Blades advance forward. We've got some Emperor's Wrath or Rage Jet Tengus. Satellites raining on it, just level 1 Sputnik satellites. Advance forward trying to hit the Mecha Bay. Does get some great damage to the Mecha Bay, but does not take it out. Apollo's Jet Tengus trying to deal with these Twin Blades. Good number to go down. He does have the mix for anti-aircraft support. He does take out the Mecha Bay there, but does not take out the power generator, so lost a lot of forces there, and some of these MiGs trying to go down as well. Which just shows a bit of force here. Being pursued by various blue forces. And those jet tanks will be cleaned on up. Or maybe not. They will clean up the tank buses there. Red's naval force on advance forward. Your army sub does get his weapon jammed. And that wounded assault destroyers would need to fall back and get some repairs. Maybe he's eyeing for a final voyage there. Does take up the hydrofoil. He's out assault destroyer there as well. More Yari main subs being pulled out on the field, and Soviets MCVs now receiving some hits, but there's enough MiGs for anti-aircraft support. Does get some good damage there, does shoot down some of those Vindicators. Takes out that flak tower, just leaving a sentry gun with no dispenser. Let's go ahead and bomb down, I think, some Yari mini-subs there. Over here, we do have this Mecha Tengu harassing the ore collector, and there is an Iron Curtain right not by it. Just recently got deployed out there. Chopper VXS gets shot down. Good splash damage there from the MiGs. Over here, we do got these Jet Tengus flying about. Does harass the economy a little bit, but does lose that one. Another one does go down there. And we've got a full crowd getting the point field. Does sell off the refinery, does throw the bombs atop the refinery, not on the ore collector. There's no Soviet player there to crush his ore collector. Got some good artillery raining on in from these Athenas. One elite, the other one fully heroic. Think Buster's gained some damage there onto these ore collectors. And that ore refinery does go down. Wait, Green was just building mass ore collector? Green must be completely neutered instantly. Yep, he only has ore refineries left, so just maybe went back out of the game, get balls, and come to his teammates. But trying to advance some forward, you can sort of work through these walls, or you can just go around them. We do have an Natasha here. I see a bit of harassment there. Good number of infantry here. Natasha does get a snipe there on the heroic Athena, does get recruited, and the bears do get frozen. Twin Blade does go down there. Some of these unbuilt stuff items will get frozen as well. Got some Tesla troopers there. Natasha needs to fall back. Twin Blade's going to advance forward. She's trying to freeze on Natasha now. The MiGs get some great splash damage there on the quadcopters. Natasha could be unfrozen relatively soon. Nope, looks like she will not be unfrozen in time. And some Tesla troopers starting to go on down. Red's Navy's received quite a bit of beating there. Needs to get that aircraft carrier to fully heroic in order to get some self-regen. And it looks like it's coming back out the Soviet base now. We've got a flank here by Blue's Imperial forces. They are has infiltrated. We've got these sniper tanks using the nanoflex. Let's get on in, get some great crush there on the javelin troops, getting most of them. And some of these twin blades start to go on down. And does go ahead and 2 of the 3 storm tanks, nope, just 1 storm tank remains. Does take it out, leaving that last Phenom tank alive. Does take out the reinforced Mirage tank as well. And now Yellow's Iron Curtain is now available. That could be very useful for Red's army. Maybe hitting onto these Assault Destroyers. Eventually. That satellite's not ready on in. It's the level 3 satellite. Good damage there. Now, Orange's MCV is now being pursued by the Assault Destroyers. Does get body blocked by the Assault Destroyers. You can't crush Assault Destroyers. They have the same crush class, and do have some fully heroic Vindicators against good bond runs there as well. And there goes the Orange MCV. Orange is basically down in the water. Green has backed out of the game. And now we've got tank clusters being pulled on in. Something's starting to get frozen a little bit by these Crowdcopters. We could see an Iron Curtain onto them. Now Reflector has been activated. Twin Blades advancing on forward. And looks like these tank busters are going to stay in the holes because there's some doggies on top and they don't want to pet them. Orange still has a Imperial dock over here, so it's not completely dead in the water. Assault Destroyer is trying to hunt it down now. Magenta still has a bit of army there, including a couple suspicious looking rocks. Yellow now has some flak troopers here. Warcoctor trying to get some pressure there on these flak troopers. And we do also got a Dreadnought pulled on the field as well. Orange's base could be frozen there. Does get the kill there onto the ore refinery. There, our Final Voyage does take out his nearby friendly unit as well. The Assault Destroyer is fully heroic, so will heal himself. Like I said before, and the Soviet player could put Iron Curtain onto it to get it temporarily invulnerable. Yellow's trying to establish a base up here. Magenda's now a bit dancing around. Aircraft carrier coming on in. Gets a good dance there on the naval yard. And looks like Yellow will save these tank busters. And Orange's refinery does go down on naval yard there. It's just down to minimal stuff. He needs to back out of the game, give all his items and resources to his teammate, which he only has this force here. He also has an order direct to give over, and probably some good amount of income as well. Non-tanks start to get frozen down there. Very nice. Magenta still has a sizable ground army. Yellow does have some naval expansions and a vacuum imploder, so you could potentially nuke Spone's army. Speaking about ways to nuke, those Twin Blades can nuke a lot of structures. We do have a pair of Tesla Coils being put on the field, trying to save his teammate from being overran. You can also use Iron Curtain on some of these forces as well. Maybe a good idea to use Iron Curtain on these Twin Blades or Striker VXs, so they can transform to Chopper VXs. And if we've got Balloon Bombs already on in, he's being a bit too passive that Iron Curtain there. There's Iron Curtain, Twin Chopper, Flying Emperor's Rage, Striker VX, Iron Curtain VXs. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Balloon Bombs already on in, they're not properly being tasked. Trying to deal with these Athena cannons, but the shields are both absorbing up. The Iron Curtain should be wearing off relatively soon. That one does wear off there, but the Carcass will rain down and taking that one out. Race does a significant force here. We could see some defensive satellites or maybe some, what's it called? Desolator airstrikes, if he has that available. There's a Cryo again and now be put on field. Will freeze a lot of the outside infantry and does freeze the rest of this stuff now. All of it, and Magenta backs out the game now because of that. There's Android saying, thank you for watching, and on the next replay.